3, 2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday the 3rd of May, and it's Writer Review Day. And a big happy birthday to Sandy Toksvig, Ben Elton, Rob Brydon and Rachel Zegler. Hundreds of civilians remain trapped in the Azovstal steel plant in Mariupol after attempts to continue evacuations failed on Monday amid renewed fighting and shelling from Russian forces. 100 people did escape on Sunday, and Ukrainian President Zelensky is hopeful that with UN assistance more can still be evacuated on Tuesday.
I hope all the necessary conditions will be fulfilled to continue the release of the Mariupol people.
Ukrainian MP Andrilod Zadchuk says that they're not going to give up until they've rescued as many people as possible.
Still, there are a lot of civilians inside of the steel factory, and still we are doing all our best to take them out, because for Ukraine the saving of our people is and will be a priority number one.
The Speaker of the US Congress, Nancy Pelosi, visited Kyiv with a congressional delegation over the weekend, and she continued to affirm the US support for Zelensky and the Ukrainian people.
We are on a frontier of freedom, and that your fight is a fight for everyone. And so our commitment is to be there for you until the fight is done.
President Zelensky was grateful after the 4-hour meeting, which discussed defence requirements, sanctions and ongoing political support.
We are grateful to all partners who convey such important and powerful signals of support for Ukraine to the world and to Russia by visiting our capital in these conditions at such a difficult time.
Russia appeared to be opening a new front in the war on Monday, firing missiles into the Odessa region and opening a new front on the propaganda side too, with Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov ramping up claims about Ukraine and Nazis. He spoke in particular about President Zelensky's Jewish heritage.
He puts forward an argument. What kind of Nazification can we have if I am a Jew? If I remember it right, and I may be wrong, but Hitler also had Jewish blood, so it doesn't mean absolutely anything.
His remarks were universally condemned, particularly in Israel, where Danny Dayan, the head of Israel's Yad Vashem Holocaust Memorial, called them absurd, delusional and dangerous.
The words of Foreign Minister Lavrov are a fallacy deemed to be condemned in the strongest terms. He's propagating the inversion of the Holocaust. This is abhorrent, this is despicable, this is contrary to historical truth.
This Thursday sees the local elections around the UK, and all party leaders were out and about on the campaign trail across the bank holiday weekend. Prime Minister Boris Johnson was busy promising nuclear power for all as he visited Hartlepool's nuclear power station.
I certainly think that it's crucial that the government fixes our energy supply issues. What we want to do is to make sure we modernise and we build a reactor a year rather than a reactor a decade.
Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer has been under attack from the Daily Mail, who are claiming that he also broke lockdown rules by having a beer at 10 p.m. in April 2021. He's already been cleared of any offence, and he sounded like he's fed up of answering questions about it.
There was no party, no rules were broken. If they spent as much energy and as much focus on people's bills and the tax that they're whacking people for, then millions of people would be actually grateful for that. I think this is classic mudslinging from the Tories, but I've got nothing to add.
The Johnny Depp and Amber Heard libel trial was back in session on Monday, with Amber expected to take the stand this week. Johnny's agent, Jack Wiggum, testified that Amber's allegations had a catastrophic impact on Mr. Depp's career, including costing him a role in a 6th Pirates of the Caribbean movie. The trial also heard from Johnny's bodyguard, Travis McGiven, of a violent incident from March 2015.
So I stepped in between Miss Heard and Mr. Depp. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a fist and an arm come across my right shoulder, and I heard and saw a closed fist contact Mr. Depp in the left side of his face.
And whose fist was that?
That was Miss Heard's fist.
Still to come on the Smart 7, it's non-stop gilded glamour at the Met Gala, and Harry Styles has a new movie on the way.
Right after this. Welcome back.
Monday saw a Trump get beaten, but this time it was Ronnie O'Sullivan who beat Judd Trump in the World Snooker Championship to take a record-equalling 7th title. There were celebrations for Fulham too, who delivered a 7-0 win against Luton Town to win the championship and assure promotion to the Champions League. And Man United signed off their last game at Old Trafford this season with a 3-0 win over Brentford, but it's too little too late to have much of an impact on the Champions League spots. Interim manager Ralf Rangnick says he still hasn't spoken to new manager Erik ten Hag.
So far we haven't been able to speak. I mean, Erik's focus is on now winning the Dutch league. We had our focus on our games here. But yeah, I think it's obvious because quite a few players will leave the club. So there will be the need for new players, for top quality players.
The Met Gala took place on Monday. It's one of the biggest fashion nights of the year and a fundraising event for the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. This year, the invitation asked attendees to channel the Gilded Age of fashion. That's from 1870 to 1890, apparently, with white tie and gilded glamour the only other guidelines you get. There was a huge crowd of celebrity types in their finest outfits, with Kim Kardashian doing a Marilyn Monroe impression in the famous Happy Birthday Mr. President dress, along with Hillary Clinton, Cardi B and Shawn Mendes. But the winner of the evening had to be Lizzo.
I'm a bad bitch, so I just do what bad bitches do. This coat took 22,000 hours to make. This flute is a rare $55,000 flute, and I'm in Tom Brown. It's hugging my curves just right, and I look amazing.
And she even paused to play her $55,000 flute. Harry Styles is a busy man these days. He's due to drop his new album Harry's House on May the 20th, and the trailer for his new movie's just dropped as well. It's called Don't Worry Darling and stars Harry and Florence Pugh as a couple living in a 1950s town, while Harry works on something called the Victory Project, but all is not quite as it seems. Director Olivia Wilde says it's a film that will push the boundaries of your imagination. Oh, and there's plenty of shots of Harry lounging around in bed too.
I need you to listen to me. You're lying about everything.
We are not going backwards. We're pushing forward.
Everyone is acting like I'm crazy, and I'm not crazy.
Our life together. We could lose this.
I don't trust it.
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day.
Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.